Hi, I'm the BossProblemBuster, founder of the Pay Raise Commando, a senior organizational consultant of 24 years, having worked across cultures, industries, and ranks. I'm also a social psychologist with a master's and a bachelor's degrees, both with honors. My team and I train past over corporate professionals like you to get that pay raise and promotion you're overdue for so that you can finally kill your Monday blues before you sink further and bring your inner joy back, which is the best part of my job and the goal of this channel. Kill your Monday blues and bring your inner joy back. Now, back to the salt mines. When you go from being Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez to being Bennifer, you have a problem. Same for Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes becoming Tomcat. Being a power couple is great if you're into that kind of notoriety, but the joint brand is insidiously yet consistently chipping away at your respective individual brand, both during the relationship and long after it's over. Indeed, when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez broke up way back when, his career suffered badly. It took him years to get it back. And when Katie Holmes embarked on her globe-trotting, movie-like romance with Tom Cruise, her career took a huge hit. And it took her years as well to put it back together, arguably never achieving the same level of global celebrity as before. And what about more recently Brangelina? When Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie split up, it seemed both their brands suffered, though he's probably more for various reasons. It took him a good while to get back on the horse and to be recognized once again as an actor rather than half of the former power couple. All three of those breakups are very telling in that there is always a price to pay for the merging of your individual brand with that of your romantic partner. And you might think not being an A-list celebrity means that doesn't apply to you, but you would be wrong. While you obviously differ from them in money and fame, in the case of a professional fallout from a romantic breakup, not so much, actually not at all. Your office romance absolutely does put you in the Brangelina-like position where the two of you schmoopies no longer are considered as two individual professionals, but as one romantic couple. The problem is that, branding-wise, the whole is greater than the sum of its part. Thus, the more time you are an office couple, the higher the price each of you pay in his or her perceived, and therefore actual, eligibility for a promotion and a pay raise. Why? Well, there are two inconvenient truth bombs that answer this unequivocally. Stick around and find out. Also, just like those ex-power couples, you and your schmoopie will not each pay the same price. One will pay a higher price. Are you sure it's not going to be you? So, what is the lesson to all you Bennifers, Tomcats, and Brangelinas out there? Simple, have fun, but know that 9 out of 10 there will be hell to pay in terms of your chances for that promotion and pay raise. Now, I'm not telling you what to do, not that if I would, you'd listen, because an office romance is one of those things in which if you're both single and you're attracted to one another, nothing anyone will say will make a difference. And hey, it's your life and your choice, so do whatever you want. I'm just laying before you the consequences of what you do and don't regarding your office romance so that you can make an informed choice vis-a-vis your aspirations of said promotion and pay raise. It's a trade-off game, like most everything in life. How so? The answer is in Office Romance Boss Problem number 6. A Brangelina joint brand overrides your individual one. Now, before I explain why this happens, let me just address the fact that a lot of you might be twitching their noses the second you hear anything about branding. And not the cute, bewitched nose twitch by the wonderful Elizabeth Montgomery, by the way, the daughter of actor Robert Montgomery from Hollywood's Gilded Age. but a nose twitch of repugnance and disdain. And that is because you're thinking about that obnoxious teammate who keeps pushing themselves to the forefront in all the wrong ways, all sorts of contrived, inorganic, annoying ways. But that's not branding, that's bad branding. It's like hating food because you had a bad dish. You still need to eat to survive, let alone thrive. And the same goes for branding. You need to brand yourself professionally to survive, let alone thrive in the workplace. It is the execution that makes the difference in both cases, branding and culinary. Branding is who people think you are, what they think your essence is. People always form an idea about who you are, mostly subconsciously. This involuntary, automatic branding takes place within any group of people. Thus, it is an integral part of the human condition. Therefore, twitching your nose at it in repugnance or disdain is silly and counterproductive. Especially if you're a driven, motivated employee who aspires for a promotion and a pay raise, which are by definition dependent on how you're being perceived, i.e. your brand, which is why it is so important to see how your office romance can negatively impact it. I'll do a deep dive into this very important and very intricate subject on a separate deck, but for now just know that as we speak, your brand is being revised. Both your boss and your co-workers are rebranding you to accommodate for the change in your personal status from professional individual to a romantic couple. Now, as to the Brangelina joint brand overriding your individual one, this happens through two completely intertwined processes simultaneously. The fusion of both your brands into one and the dilution and blurring of your individual brands. Each one onto itself already puts your aspiration for a promotion and a pay raise in jeopardy, all the more so the combination of both. In this combination, you take on whatever branding your Schmoopie has on top of your own, for better or worse. Thus, there are 4 optional results for this merging of your brands. It's a classical 2x2 table. A, both of your Schmoopies have a positive brand, which is now being integrated into a power couple, a Brangelina, the king and queen of the office, or 2 kings or 2 queens, whatever. This sounds desirable, but if you are both driven for a promotion or a pay raise or both, this is actually quite problematic, as I've hinted in the beginning and as we'll see in a moment. The second optional result of merging your brands is that your Schmoopie has a meh brand, which is now being integrated into your positive brand. In this case, your brand is automatically diminished, so you lose in terms of your aspirations for a promotion and a pay raise. By the way, for the sake of this example, I've assumed that there is no option for either you or your Schmoopie to have a negative brand, because had it been the case, you would have probably been fired by now, hence the meh grade as the only opposite of a positive brand. The third optional result of merging your brands is that your Schmoopie has the positive brand, which is now being integrated into your brand. In this case, you are elevated, so you win, but your Schmoopie loses. Please note that this elevation, so to speak, is not that kind that will transform you from being ineligible for a promotion or a pay raise to now suddenly being eligible just by the sheer power of your newfound Brangelina status. Rather, this elevation is, in this case, a social issue in essence. The fourth and final optional result of merging your brands is that both of your brands are meh. So in the best case scenario for you, nothing changes. And in the worst case scenario for you, you two become the meh couple, which is really embarrassing, but not really relevant for this discussion, because if you were both meh to begin with, you were probably either not driven in character or not eligible in performance and potential for a promotion and a pay raise to begin with, regardless of your office romance. So to sum this point up, the more time you are a couple as co-workers at the same workplace, the more of a Brangelina you guys become, which means an ever more blending of both of your individual brands to the point of them being further and further diluted and blurred, disappearing into the fused joint brand. If you'd like the full transcript of this video and all the videos on this channel, see the link in the description. It's on our website, BossProblemBuster.com, because it's too long to paste here, so not a trick to get you there. But if you do hop over, you'll find many practical reads and a forum where you can discreetly and anonymously ask us anything in regards to landing that promotion and pay raise, to which we reply very quickly. So if you'd like to get a promotion with a pay raise, or a pay raise independent of a promotion, kill your Monday blues and bring your inner joy back, then subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that we can meet again.